Okay, so the first new one in your warm-up is called 90-90 PIR. And that just stands for press and release. What you're gonna do is get into that 90-90 position you've done so many times. Back it up a little bit. And I've had you do this one a while ago. But in the 90 position, you wanna make sure your posture's up tall. You take your foot, think about pushing down into the floor as hard as you can with that foot. And then you think about lifting it up right after that. And that's counts as one. Push down, lift up. I just did two. Before you switch sides, you gotta do the back leg. So I'm gonna think about that foot pushing down into the floor, and then I'm gonna try to lift the whole leg up, pause for a moment, and back down. Now you see I can shift a little bit. If you're shifting too much for either of these, take your hand, put it on the ground behind you, and then it'll be a lot easier to do the lifts on either one. So again, you can either do without your hands, which is a lot harder, with your hands, which is a little easier, but down and up will count as one. You're gonna do, I think it's 3 on one side, 3 on the other. And then your second one is a staggered RDL, alternate TS is your thoracic spine, but alternate TS reaches. And there's limits of both heels up. So staggered position means 1 foot front, 1 foot behind on both toes, so the heels are both off the ground. And you're gonna get into a hinge position. While you're there, you're gonna do these reaches back and forth. And I've had you do a couple versions of this, but I'm reaching as far as I can towards the ground, letting my shoulders twist without letting my hips turn, and then reaching with the other one. Back and forth, all one side for 20 seconds, and then just switch the leg forward, make sure the heel's up, and then just repeat on the other side. That's the second one. And the last one is a lateral step out with super band chop. So you need a super band, and you need to clip it up a little higher. Somewhere you can put it in the door frame, you can wherever you like. So I'm gonna clip it up over here. So up top for me, what you're gonna do is step off to the side. I'm sorry, step in towards the wall. As you step in, pull your pocket right back up. Step in, pull your pocket right back up. All one side, switch. Then you would do the other side. So any questions on the warm up?
No.
No? Okay. And we're moving on to Val slide, bear crawl position, alternate leg extension. So you need 2 sliders or anything really that slides. Some people use paper plates on carpet or towels on wood floor, whatever works for you.
I have those.
Okay, perfect. I thought you said you did. I just wanted to make sure. Toes in the center of the sliders, bear crawl position. I'm gonna reach your leg out and then pull it back. And then the other leg out and pull it back. If you want to make it a little harder, as you reach that leg out, you can kind of shift your weight back and then pull yourself forward as you bring that leg in. So that makes it a little bit harder. Or again, you can just keep yourself stationary, back and forth. For some reason, my dog is barking right now. She never barks.
She doesn't agree.
Shut the door. Just shut the door. Yeah, shut the door. Sorry about that. What was that, Mandy?
Just joking. I said she doesn't agree.
Oh, yeah. I have never heard her bark like that. She usually just chills up there.
She doesn't like Pat Benatar.
I guess not. All right. So that one makes sense, though, the bear crawl?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you have a single arm contra dumbbell staggered clean to box. So you need a box. You need a dumbbell. Leg this back. This is the side this is on. You're going to take this leg and drive onto the box and clean a dumbbell up. You know, let me bring that up a little higher. If you mind, take her down, Chris. She's being a jerk. So again, back leg, I'm going to clean, bring it to my shoulder. Back staggered, clean, bring it to my shoulder. Does that one make sense?
Yeah.
Now you do want a heavier weight though, so you don't want to just be able to curl it. You have to be able to use your legs to power that dumbbell up.
Okay.
Okay. Goblet staggered squat. So goblet position, staggered. So again, my toes are in line with my front heel, but they're spaced out a little bit. And then you do a squat. Then I'll keep that heel up in the back. Let me show you from the side just so you can see. Okay, this slips slightly back, heels up, down, and up. Down and up. So you do all one side for 4, all the other sides for 4. That's why I want you to lift a little heavier because it's only 4 each side. Next one is an isolateral hip shift with alternate dumbbell bent over rows. So you need 2 dumbbells. Isolateral hip shift just means you're going to be shifting to one side, then you alternate your row. So I'm not fully like laterally squatting or anything. It's just slightly wider stance, shifting that hip, and then alternating the arm that rows over that leg, and I'm straddling both. After I do one side, I'll shift to the other, and then I'll row. And just so you can see from the side, I am hinged a little bit as I row up and down. So, both of those make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to a Superman Zercher valve slide reverse lunge. A lot of words. It's not as crazy as it sounds. But you need a band. You need to hook it up low. Apparently there's a lot of clips there. Oh, I'll bring that down a little bit so you can see. So you need your slider and you need a band. With the band low, I'm gonna put it right around the crease of your elbows. Toes in the center of the sliders. You're gonna slide into a lunge and back while keeping that Zercher position with the band. So slide down and slide up. You do not have to tap your knee. You can if you'd like. It has to be a slight bump, if anything. If not, stop right before that. Are you going to be able to do that one with the area you have? Be able to set up a band pretty low and do that?
Yeah, I have it.
Good. Just want to make sure that. And then the second one for that circuit is an ISO extended dead bug with a single arm floor press. So just need 1 dumbbell. And you're going to get into a dead bug position. The opposite leg of the dumbbell, so in this case, my left, is going to keep out there. So I'm going to hold that position and then very just press up and down like a normal floor press, but keeping this dead bug position, you're going to feel a lot more in the core. And then the switch, again, opposite of the dumbbell reaches out, and then you do the other arm. Down up. So that ISO extended is just referring to the leg. It's fully extended the whole time. All right. And then you have staggered dynamic slams to start with the finisher. Just need your ball. Same thing, staggered position, bring the ball overhead and slam. All one side, switch your legs, all the other side. If you want to make it harder, you can always bring both heels up and try to maintain your balance, which I already won't stop. All right, and then 2 dumbbells or kettlebell, whatever you have available for rack marching, but it should be 30 seconds of pretty heavy weight holding up top. Now, obviously these aren't heavy enough, but you would just hold them right up here. You would just slowly march up and down for 30 seconds. But if it's heavy enough, you should feel the core really having to tighten up after 30 seconds. You should be very fatigued there.
Okay.
Okay. And then the last one is ISO split squat, JC band stiff arm pull down, or super band, honestly, whatever band you really want to use. If you don't feel like taking out these, go right ahead. But as long as you have a band up high, you're going to hold the bottom of the split squat with the front heel up, and then you're going to pull to your pocket, holding that lunge the whole time. With 8 here, you switch, again, heel up, 8 more.
Okay.
Everything makes sense in that whole 8A? Anything you want me to repeat before we move on to B?
No, it's good.
Then you have an alternate valve slide shelf with the dumbbell pullover. So the dumbbell's always just going to go back and forth, but you're going to switch the leg that reaches out. Move this down. So you need your 2 sliders again. And then you would need probably just 1 heavier dumbbell. What you do is hold a bridge up with your heels on the sliders, toes up. Dumbbell's gonna be above your chest. As you reach 1 leg out, you're gonna reach that dumbbell out behind you and then pull it over as you bring that leg back. Again, leg out, dumbbell out, pull over. Just be mindful not to let the hips drop or twist or rotate. They should stay level the whole time as you reach that dumbbell and leg out, and just alternate. So you get 5 to 8 each side. Is that one? The next one, single leg RDL with dumbbell chop and lift. Rear foot to the wall, toes are elevated. All right, so if you have anything like lift your heels up, quick little weight would be good. Your X on that, right? So one foot is going to be with your toes. You know what? That is a terrible angle for you to watch. Sorry about that. There we go. So I'm using a weight. What I'm going to do is put my toes on the weight. The other foot is going to go against the wall. The toes on the weight is going to help your pelvis to sit back so you can sit into this hip more. So what you're going to do, you're going to RDL and chop down towards your pocket. And as you go up, you're going to lift away. Chop to your hip, up, lift away. This other leg is just kind of pushing into the wall for a little support. And we've done various moves in this position. But again, I'm going to RDL and chop and stand and lift. Now you can even get a little bit of rotation with your chest if you want, which makes it a little harder on both directions, especially lifting is harder. Or you could just keep your chest facing the same direction, just move your arms. It is up to you. But again, all one side, 5 to 8. The other side, 5 to 8. Then we're moving on to rear foot elevated, 2 dumbbell RDL. So 2 dumbbells. You need something to lift your leg up behind you. So whatever you'd like. Whole point is not to put much pressure on this thing behind you. I'm just gonna put my foot on top. I like to point my toe out rather than tucking it up on the box. And I feel like I have to use it too much. So I'm gonna point it out. All my weight's in that front leg. And then I'm just gonna do an RDL. So again, all the weight's in the front leg. The back leg is just for balance. If I really wanted to, I can take that leg up. That's how little a weight's on here. It is just enough to help my balance. I'm gonna do all one side. I'll switch. All the other side for those RDLs. But again, weights can be in front or they can be staggered for that RD or straddling the leg for your RDL, whatever you feel comfortable with. And the second one is a staggered bent over single arm super band chest press. Make sure you set the band high and I'll see what I mean. You can use a super band, you can use JC band, honestly, whatever you're comfortable with. But it's up high. That leg, I'm sorry, the other one has the band, that leg's back. You're gonna hinge, and you're just gonna press in that position. When you are done with that side, switch. Stagger it again, back leg is the table side. Press and reach. Press and reach. Make sure you maintain that position. Try not to round, but you do want to maintain that hinge. See that. Any questions on those two before we move on?
No.
No? Okay. Dumbbell cross behind lunges. A lot of stuff. So 2 dumbbells at your side. Step and cross together. So a little curtsy. Goal is to keep your hip bones facing forward the whole time without letting them twist. And I'll show you what a bad one looks like. It would be twisting the whole body and opening up. So head, chest, hips face forward. Step a lunge. Step together. All right, that's 10 each side. The last one of this circuit is a short-seated single arm S-band row and reach. So the band's still up nice and high. A little bit. Short seat just means you're on your butt with your knees bent and your toes up. As you row, you're gonna reach the other arm out and back. Just keep your posture and make sure you're not dumping into that lower back. So just up, shoulders to back. That'll help make sure the core stays on. Just reach and row all one side. Reach and row all the other side. That's that one. And then the finisher. Superman chop with rotational step out, 10 each side. I'll show you what that is in a second. Bear crawl plus planks. Again, that band is up high. Pick the same band I just used. I really thought I had a good angle, apparently not. I want to make sure you see how my shoulders work with this chop. There we go. So feet start together. I'm going to step out and open up. And as I do that, I'm going to pull to my pocket. Notice how my heel come or my toes come up so I can pivot a little bit more. And back, and I would step the other way. Step and pivot. Step and pivot. We would just alternate side to side. If you want to keep that foot flat, you're going to feel too much in here. That's why I like that toe up. I really want to cue you on lifting the toe up as you chop side to side. So that's 10 each side. And then the bear crawl position, pledge planks. Bear crawl position, knees are off the ground. And you're just gonna be tapping your shoulders. back and back, trying not to hip swaddle. Goes up and down. And that is it. Anything you want me to re-demonstrate or go over real quick?
No,
No? All right.
I just watched the video again.
Okay. That works too. You concerned with anything with the shoulder at all? I know that's been pretty good. Just want to make sure.
It's fine. They still are kind of really bizarre. Like if I do those, like, lying on my back, and it's still weird.